All right. Hello. We are chatting CYPHER cashouts with WhiteFox. So we're going to go through possible exits from CYPHER tiers, right? So basically this stemmed from I saw the Alistair Dr. Mundo cash out multiple times and my brain is like, oh, what can we do from this? But every time I'm in the actual game and see it, I'm like, I can't figure this out right now. So now's when we're going to figure it out. Hello, White Fox.
Hello, hello.
Have you looked at this before? Or, like, seriously looked at it? Or is this your first time, like me?
Okay, so I did not go through the lower ends of the cashouts, but I do have a decent knowledge around the higher cashouts.
Okay. I mean, I want to go from, like, all the way from one and talk about it if
That's
you're down.
absolutely fine.
Okay. So, you can just put Cyber in for one turn if you just happen to have the units, even if you don't want to play them, and just free cash out 1 gold. Like,
Well, I guess it's like a range.
Yeah, if you have like a
range.
Vi and a
So if you
Draven
didn't
or something.
meet 35, then
Yeah.
you get a gold.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
There you have it.
I don't think that is like, I don't think you're going to ever be doing that in a game. Like, I will be doing that. I don't think people should be doing that.
I mean, that's not. It's not very real as a concept. Just playing it one round to sack the round for absolutely zero reason.
Okay, so you know what would actually be useful to know before we go through this?
Right.
The numbers on 3 CYPHER would actually be very useful to know. So, how do we see this?
So it scales from stage, I believe, for 3. The base of stage 2 is 20 per loss.
Okay.
And then there will be a streak bonus depending on how many losses that you're getting. So you get 4 per loss streak. So what that means is that assuming that you have like a 7 lose streak, then you will get 4 times 7. I think it's like 28, I believe.
Okay.
So that's the loss streak bonus. So how it was calculated is that it's the stage base lose amount plus the loss streak bonus, and then times the breakpoint of ciphers you have. So at 3 CYPHER is 100%. At 4 CYPHER, it's 150%, and at 5 CYPHER, it's 200%.
So realistically, if I wanted to cash out 50, can I do that in 3 rounds? So 3 CYPHER, you said it was base 20?
It's base 20 at stage 2, and then it goes up by 10 per stage, I believe.
Okay, so
for stage
you can
3,
sack
30.
Like 5 gold. You get 5 gold if you sack 3 rounds, and you probably get it even easier with 4. So this is interesting. I'm thinking about it. There's no time that I ever play for CYPHER for short bursts.
Right.
But looking at the table, it looks like it can be very worth it economically. Like,
yeah, it could be.
If you roll on 3-2 and you hit it, even if you've not stacked it up at all, I think you can just like stop rolling and play it a lot of the time. It's looking like to me, because it's literally just a free like 6 to 10 gold a lot of the time. Or 5 to 10? 5 to 10 gold.
Some players do it when they end up losing their streak and they feel like their board is just not good enough to like streak through the entire stage 3, so they just kind of just play around 3 CYPHER. If they win, they win. If they didn't, it's alright. They would just take whatever they get and just use that a little bit of extra econ maybe to help hit their board earlier. So
3-cost unit.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
2-star 2-cost unit is really interesting as well for 100 intel. So how many? I guess you can choose, because do you get to see it? You don't, right? With these level cash outs, you don't get to know what unit you're getting.
You'll never know. It's either of those. But just like the gold value wise, it should be very similar.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it doesn't show you which 2 costs you're getting when you cash out.
Yeah,
it just shows you
it's
this,
fully
right?
completely random.
Yeah,
it's just an orb on the floor. Yeah.
So 100 intel for tempo with a random 2 cost, like I can't see clicking that ever. Like in my heart, I want to, but I don't think it makes sense any of the time currently to click a random 2-star 2 cost from CYPHER.
That's why I think anything under like 150, I'd say, like anything under 150, they're more like just an econ boost to your game. You can't expect much like directions from it. Given that they're not like actually providing any like
that makes
save
sense.
or sound strategies that you can play around. And that's why I said I didn't go through the lower ones, because I think most of them are like serves the same purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Econ. It's just interesting to realize that 3 gold is really easy to get on stage 3. Like if you just randomly hit CYPHER units, they're worth holding even if you have none of them on your board. Like on 3-2 roll down, and then you just sack to carousel and you have a bunch of extra gold. Like that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
When's the first cash out do you think that you start playing around? So even this 150, because it's random 4-cost unit, it never feels good to click. Like I like golden item remover. This one I consider a lot. The 12 golden item remover. I actually think about that one hard a bunch of the time, especially if I have a good line also available to me that doesn't play CYPHER, right? So if like Zeri's open or something, and I mean, Zeri's not a good example because rapid fire, but like I think this one makes a lot of sense to me. The rest, I'm not sure I would ever click. Like, singular component doesn't feel that meaningful currently. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, considering how much you have to sacrifice for this is not the best cash out interval that you want, but as I say, I still consider this as an like econ boost, but I think you're most likely gonna play a reroll comp if you're taking 150. Like anywhere around like 150 to before 290. A lot of those actually supports like 3-cost reroll comps. So for example, when we look at like 150, you'll see there's like a lot of just like gold stuff, unit stuff. And I think the worst case, it's just gold. But we're not just considering the gold here. We're also considering when you cash this out, right? So assuming that you're loose streaking throughout stage 2 to stage 3, I believe, I think you can easily hit 150. So in that case, if you have an angle to play like any 3-cost reroll, like for example, like Draven reroll, Rengar reroll, then you might just consider taking this and then like trying to pivot into the comp at 3-5.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this starting from here, like this is the last one that kind of just feels like pure econ. starting from here, this is pure econ, but also with an upside as well. Like,
Yes. So it
click this a
offers
lot.
you it offers you the option to play around a 3-cost reroll comp. Very likely. Like obviously you can get the unit itself from the from the cash out, but
Yeah.
you can also get the 2 lesser dupes. Then it really encourages you to play that.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that it gives lesser dupes is really valuable in specific like comps. Even on like hostile takeover Draven, it can actually just give you Draven 3 and you just use your insane tempo on the lobby. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to mention as well. Hostile takeover. For people in chat that does not know much about the augment. So basically, you want to kind of kill units to get your intel instead of like losing rounds, because when you lose rounds, you get only 30% of the value, whereas when you're killing the units, you'll get to 100% of the kill value. So for example, if you're getting 4 intels per kill, now you're getting 8. So that's like a more aggressive way to play the trait. And usually, you don't usually cash too high. As far as I know.
Okay, so
cash around like 200 something.
I find myself okay. No, I disagree with that, because I think if you have the correct spot for it, you're getting up to like 370 because you're cashing 5-5 most of the time. So like 290 to 370 has been my experience.
Well, yeah. Like obviously there are outlier cases where you can, you just hit like a Draven 3.
That's true. That is probably high roll spots.
Even
you're right.
Yeah, even without the cash out, you just get your Draven 3 and then you're just running with it. Yes, you can cash like way higher, but for most like normal cases, I feel like people were forced to cash at like somewhere around like 240, 250, like about that range, just to take the Nico cash out. As you can see down there, there's the 250 cash out, which was 4 lesser dupes. That instantly gives you the Dragon 3 almost.
Yeah, I've clicked this one
most cases. So
a couple of times
and just
instant Dragon 3, yeah.
Yeah, what I see people do is that they just cash around. Like if they see this, they just take it and then make the Dragon 3, and then that's probably a good enough cash out on its own. It's enough for you to win the game.
Okay, so 200 looks like trash. I don't, again, 4-cost unit. Random 4-cost units, this looks like trash. Like
2 components.
So 200 is like a don't cash in this range. Like you have to skip it, right? So that's actually worth knowing that you don't ever want to cash out here. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Because 225 I'm happy to take a lot of the time. Like support anvil, artifact item, component anvils can be good. Like they seem valuable to me, but this does not seem valuable to me.
Like artifact allows a lot of high rolls, and support item anvil is just like usually like a safe pick. You can't really go wrong with it. Component anvils, you get to choose your items if you're missing like certain components for like key utility items like anti-heal or shred, then like you can definitely make use of these anvils. So I think 225 is like pretty like just you'd be willing to take in most.
Yeah, this is like
cash out.
225 is the first like tier that I'm willing to think about cashing it out if I've been heavy CYPHER since the early game. And even then, I like probably not. But sometimes, I guess.
Gotta get those big cash outs for the dopamine.
Exactly. For the stream content. Okay. This is the one I really wanted to talk about. This is basically the whole reason that I even asked you on here to do this. What the fuck is this cash out, and when am I playing it? So Bruiser,
CYPHER,
and you frying pan Galio for a Bruiser spat, and then you can play 2 Bastion with it. Like and maybe like backline Zeri. Is that Execution of Bastion? Sell the shitters for the gold. It's 12 gold plus a pan.
Unfortunately,
okay.
I think the whole purpose of this cash out was to fuck around people. But like, yeah,
okay.
There's just not much you can do about it.
But if you had to play it, what would you be trying to do here? What do you think is the board that likes this?
We'll talk about a little bit more once we go through 290, but a sneak peek into that is that the usual cash out boards that people go for is the 4 Bastion Zeri Z dual carry board.
Okay. I like the 4 Bastion
so
board.
This
that one feels solid. Yeah. Just a Bastion.
Like assuming that exactly. So assuming that you have to take 250 because you probably messed up your streak somewhere and you're running low on HP, then this cash out is basically 12 gold plus a pan, and then you just play 6 Bastions with the pan.
So you're telling me
that's how
it just can never be Mundo Alistar? Anything?
I don't think there's any current late game boards that supports this cash out.
That's sad. I believe you, and I think you're right, but that's sad.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, basically, it definitely can. If you have Mundo 2, you just play Street Demon. Okay. Right, because you've been holding Mundo for your Z Slayer, and you just play Street Demon.
Okay, let's think about this.
And you drop, you can just drop out of CYPHER fully. And you don't have to carry any CYPHER.
Put out a good point.
Already
if you ended up in a spot where you're cashing 250, you probably already committed to doing the Z.
Is 250 that much? Because if you go stage 2 creeps, stage 3 creeps, find that you have all of AP items and cash out early stage 4 into AP items, isn't it high key fine to just full pivot into a 4-cost board, use the excess econ to just roll down for Street Demons and use your AP items, like completely ditch it? That sounds good to me.
That could work, but the pan is just weird now, because what are you supposed to make with the pan? Attacky spat? So the Street Demon thing uses a spat, and Strategist uses a spat. So both of the best spats does not like align with a pan. So pan just feels weird now.
Okay, I guess you want a Reforger to consider that.
Okay,
but...
yeah, if you have that, then you can play around it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree that you often have a Reforger. Yeah, I agree. Okay, that's interesting. I like that.
Like in a nutshell, I feel like this 250, the existence of 250, it's more like I messed up kind of punishment to whoever that's playing in like CYPHER, because I feel like in most cases you can cash higher than 250.
Yeah, I mean you want to cash higher.
Like, there.
But there's also times where you are just randomly like 3-way contested on Draven and Zeri, and it's just like, okay, I actually can't play into this line. Like,
yeah, that will be miserable if that happens.
So, all right, 290 Masterwork upgrade seems good. Like, seems very good. Right. You just pick whatever your team needs more of and get it for free. Especially because Draven and Galio are both very solid units. Like, you can use them for either. Is it Z a lot of the time for Masterwork, actually, now that I ask that?
It usually depends on what carry have you upgraded. So by the time that you hit this, you're probably doing your roll down.
If everything's
and there
3-star,
are a
it's
few
Draven,
possible
right?
options. Yeah, I'd
Like,
say
obviously
Draven's
not
pretty good
3-star
with it.
Zed,
If you,
but...
yeah. If you have a 3-star Draven, then it's probably IE. If you have a 2-star Zed, it's probably Hodge or IE. If you have Zeri too, then obviously Ginsu's would be her best item. So very flexible cash out, I'd say.
I think this Zeri unit isn't that good personally, but I'm not that sure about that as well. Like, I haven't tried it enough, but I feel like she doesn't cap high enough for the board after you've played CYPHER for that long. I don't know.
Yeah. I saw Kade mention this. And I completely agree with what Kade said. I'd say 290 is the golden interval because both 330 and 370, like all of their cash outs just look like shit. No flame.
Okay, well, we'll get there. We'll go through that. Let's make our way down. So, artifact item. What are the best artifacts in the comp? If you're playing a standard like Zed, Draven, Zeri, Galio, Sedge kind of cash out, what are you looking for off artifact item if you have to take it?
So you'd probably want to look for Z items, I'd say. I think there are a few good Z ones. I'm not certain because I haven't gotten a lot of the Artifact Anvil ones. But you can also pick for Sejuani. Sejuani uses tank ones very well. Like Enema Visage. Like what else is there?
Is Horizon Focus Sedge a real thing?
Oh, Horizon Focus is fine.
All right.
No, it's fine. It's completely fine. Like it's pretty decent as well.
Also, Kade, if you want to jump in call, you're welcome in call. You obviously don't have to jump in, but if you want to jump in, I'll get you in. We'd love to have you.
Draven, very funny. Because I think Ludens is Giga negative Delta on him. So if you have a Ludens and you happen to have like Draven items, you can definitely play for it.
Oh, I killed the frickin' call. That's my bad. And he didn't pick up anyway. Lol. Yep, my bad. Sorry, White Fox.
No worries.
Yeah. I didn't realize it would kill the call doing that. My bad. You're in game. Hey, no worries. At least now we're in a call that you can join. Like, we're in here. If you want to join, you join. But, like, no sweat.
I'm in game, sorry.
I'm surprised White Fox isn't in game. I'm tempted to be in game currently. Okay, sorry. As you were saying, I asked about Horizon Focus Sedge. You actually think it's, like, a legit item on her?
Yeah, it's completely fine. I think it serves its purpose. It stuns and it does the percentage of damage. Yeah,
I've just never seen it. I don't know how much it actually does, I guess, but it's got like it has some defensive stats on it. It's probably fine. What's the best one for Draven? Is Sniper's Focus good on Draven?
Yes. So
does it actually do enough to kill backlines?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's just damage M across, like, Hexes, right? So
yeah,
it couldn't be bad. Same for Zeri.
But if it does enough to one-shot, it's good. So it's literally just about the threshold, right?
Exactly. Another, like, interesting one to mention is Luden's Echo on Draven.
Oh, yes. There's a cash out that gives him that, lot. Right?
Yeah, so I think it's like 500 or 550, I believe. Somewhere around that.
We'll get there. I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get there.
So from that cash out, we learned Luden's Echo actually has Giga negative Delta on Draven. So that's pretty interesting for
it feels so good. Like if you've hit 3-star Draven and you have Illudens on it, like the rounds, the full
He
stage
actually
after
hits
that,
like a truck because if you have like
is the only damage
multiple, if you have multiple backline units, the splash damage from like sniping a backline unit actually does enough to also kill the unit that's
I love it.
yeah,
That's so
on
good.
the side.
Radiant item. So I think you mentioned this briefly before, but what do you think the best Radiant items in the comp are?
So best Radiant items, probably Radiant Zeri, i.e. Draven.
I.e. Draven, yep. What's
i.e.
Galio's
a
best
Hodge.
Radiant?
Oh, Galio, that's interesting. I think there's a very few times that I actually like ended up rating Radiant, giving him a Radiant item, unless he was like at
I guess it doesn't matter.
Sam?
It's just whatever's best for your tank item stack
but
is
usually
what's best for him.
Yeah, but usually I will go for well, this is fully random, obviously. You can't
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
but
Radiant
just so we
item
know what
thing
to look
is-
for.
Yeah. Just standard stuff like Vow or Warmox would be like good because it goes on to like any sort of tank. So even if it ended up not being Galio, then Sejuani still holds it fine. There's like a lot of other units that holds it fine. Just generic stuff.
Yeah, and
like
it's
that.
lobby dependent as well. Like, yeah. Champ dupe 4-cost unit. Champ dupe. Single champ dupe does not seem worth it here.
I think this was probably the least good among all these options in 290, but it still provides its value every now and then. So if you end up cashing this, it means that you're likely to have like a lifeline on your roll down. Yeah, so if you get like royally fucked, then like
and you're playing for
all the pairs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it saves your ass from that. Another purpose of it is that it helps with upgrading your 5-cost units because sometimes roll downs don't always go well and you're just stuck on 8. And the worst part, stuck on 8 with like a Renekton pair that is never gonna happen, right? Then in those cases, maybe the champ dupe can bail you out.
Sure. Okay. That's a good use case. All right. What the fuck is this? 1 5-cost unit, 4 2-cost units. No, sorry, 5 1-cost units. Oh, this is like the triangle one that drops in the pyramid. This is weird, this cash out. Okay, so
this is straight up just gold.
Yeah, it's just gold a lot of the time. How much is it? 5, 13. Wait, 13? Yeah, 13.
Yeah, 13.
22.
20.
30, 35. It's 35 gold. Like, with the chance to give you
a
units.
good 5-cost or a good 4-cost. That's it.
Did I do the math wrong? 13 plus 9 is 22, plus 8 is 30, plus 5. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's
35.
It is just 35 gold, yeah.
Okay, I don't mind that.
Yeah, it's extra gold for you to do your pivot, potentially high rolling some 5-costs like Garen or Renekton that you use in the pivot.
I hate how fiddly it is, but you know, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about my like boomer APM lack of brain space. We are just talking about strict value. Okay. 4 components, completely fine, especially if you've hit all your like 4-cost carries and just need items for them because you have so many item holders in this comp. Like, this just seems like very good value a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It helps you complete like everyone with like 3 free items, best in slot likely.
Double TG.
The 2 TG ones. This is actually the one that I like the most.
I was gonna say I really like this.
Yeah, so it basically gives you 2 TGs that you can put on or whatever unit that you want. So that's where the value comes in. Like,
and you can make it like rearrange everything that's usually a fucking mess because you've just been slamming wherever to kill units and shit like that. So I really, really like this one. Because it's most of the time it's like 1.5 bis on
Exactly.
units because you get to move it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
So sometimes you run out of like items to itemize, and then you just have like an empty Renekton and empty Garen. This really helps like just giving them items in general.
okay. So you said that Maud said that this is becoming a 3-star Zyra, right? On this cash out.
Yeah.
So this is currently underpowered, but may be playable if like next patch. So what I'm thinking is, doesn't it actually make sense if you have Poppy as the bastion that you've been playing, and then you can just use this to scale into the 4 cyber boss board? Like, that kind of makes sense to me.
Um,
because I think
So
the
the
4
thing-
cyber boss board is really, really good.
yes, I
Like, it
agree
caps
on
really
that.
high. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that. But I'm not sure when will you play for this cash out. So
Yeah.
like there has
I mean,
to
you
be a
can't
lot of
really
things to
play
have.
for it, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
more
So
about
either you're just a
identifying.
genius at like manufacturing this to happen since like the start of the game. Like you just knew it was gonna be like 3:30. Or else I don't think you can ever play for this. But it is an option to play for AP outs, I guess. Sometimes
I mean,
like you just end up having a bunch of AP items, and then you're just like, oh, okay, bet I'm just gonna carry LeBlanc for a while and pivot into an AP board.
yeah, I really like slamming items on LeBlanc because I think that she's really good at killing specific units. Like, she's the one in Cypher that will not win a fight but will kill 2 units every time if you put items on her.
Yeah.
So I actually, a lot of the time, like slamming early items. Like, early, I mean like stage 3 items on LeBlanc, because she saves my health a lot. So
yeah. So
I end up with AP items a lot in this line, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Like overall, I think people are less likely gonna play around AP outs after the Annie nerfs, like currently. So obviously they will be buffing Annie in the future.
I still think Annie's good, but probably not from this line.
But playing for an AP out became a myth after the Annie nerfs on the patch. So I cannot tell if like there's like any possible chances of this being like an option to play for when you pivot the board. It's obviously not the highest cap, neither it's like a safe or sound like strategy to go for. But I think if you end up in a spot where you have to play an AP board, this could possibly help as like a stabilizer, and then you just go fast 9 with it and try to pivot into like better boards.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. All right, cool. I agree. I'm going to do so much dumb shit after this stream. Like, after talking with you about this, I'm going to do so much dumb shit with Cypher, but it'll be fun.
As I say, Cypher's actually kind of forcible if you know what you're doing. As long as you can...
I want to. I think it's really strong.
As long as you can have it by 2-5, I think you're good to go.
I'm going 3-2 Cypher pivots. You can't stop me. Now that I know that sacking from like 3-3 to 4-3 will get me like 12 gold, I'm in. I'm full selling 4 Cypher on board 3-5 after rolling down on 7 to hit my Galio Draven. Like, I'm there. Component Anvil, very solid. Same reason as this, but you have Anvils, so it's even better. 5 cost... Okay, what is this? 5 cost unit, 5 cost unit, support item Anvil, 5 cost unit, 5 cost unit. Is this the flex version of Chem Baron? I think so, TXE, which is why I want to talk about it, because I am interested in playing the shit out of this. I just need to have preformed lines available to me in the moment because there's not enough time to make decisions about what the line is going to be in the game, because who the fuck knows what to do with Alistair, Mundo, Frying Pan, Cash Out. So this is to basically be able to flex Cypher from any position, is why we're doing this, and I'm going to. Sorry, 5-cost unit support item, Anvil.
So this one, I don't know how other people feel about this, but I actually do think this is the worst one from 370. 370.
Yeah, agree.
So the reason being is that the 5 cost, like the current state of the 5 costs is not very viable. I would
They're
say.
scaling.
So
and surely it's too late by the time you're catching up to scale with 5 costs.
So there are a few ones that are just
like you need to be strong,
performing well.
Yeah.
And then so quoting on K3 Soju, right? So back then
the preeminent scholar of this game,
like
yes.
Before like the B patch, Annie was very dominant. And back then he kind of just revealed all the 5-cost units, and his conclusion was that only Viego, Kobuko, and what's the third one? Samira are the good ones when it comes to like 5 costs. Only they were performing well. Obviously, now that after the nerfs, I feel like all 5 costs were kind of just at a conditional state. Like you need to have the setup prior to having the 5 cost.
Maybe not Zach.
Zach's so. I feel like Zach is flexible, but like again, like you have to stack him, so it's not providing instant value onto your board right away.
No, but generally when you cash out, you roll a bunch. So I think Zach.
Yeah, I guess, but
fine.
like one thing I do care about when on my initial roll down is that it's the roll down clarity. So if you ended up putting Zach on the board and
the
Zach blobs are just in your shops, and it just like kind of just
that's
your
sad.
Initial pivot is gonna be painful.
I'm gonna die to Zach blobs so many times this set because I want to play for the Zach cap. Like I want to be good enough to do that. It's roll down with whack-a-mole. You're so right. Okay, artifact item component. This isn't that strong. 4 reforgers. I mean, I guess it's just 370, so it's not. None of these are that strong now that I'm looking at it.
I still don't mind about like this cashout because with 4 reforgers, you can do a lot with the artifact items, right? So
I guess if you don't have
like a good one,
this on your 3 main carries, then this is really good.
Yeah. So it gives you an artifact item, a random item, and an anvil. So that's probably like around. That's almost like a prismatic. So you compare this with Final Polish, I'd say like it's around the same value. So this is already very like good enough for you to just have that extra resource to win the game.
I mean, I think support item is worth a lot. Like So not quite Final Polish, but it's comparable.
It's similar stuff.
Yeah. Just straight up fun.
Just broken. Like this is just broken, I think.
What are you putting in on your normal board?
So I often cash out with the Zeri board. I'm pretty sure most people that played CYPHER know by now it's the 4 Bastion one. So this allows you to play both Garen and Renekton on 8. So why is this important? Is that like, so your board basically fits the entire thing on 8, but if you hit a Garen and you have a Renekton, you'd still prioritize playing. Yeah, you'd still prioritize playing the Renekton in most cases because it makes the board complete. It just gives you the full Bastion, right?
Yeah.
So what ended up being is that even if you have like Garen 1, Garen pair, Garen a billion, you still can't play it on the board. And Garen's value in this comp is to provide the mods, and it just drastically improves the whole comp's power. So for example, Zed probably wants like a rapid fire mod or Bastion mod. Zeri probably wants a Slayer mod, and then all the other frontliners probably wants Bastion mod as well. So this straight up just enables that to happen, which is like a very strong
I see it
to have.
It makes sense, and you often hit like 2 stars when you roll down, and like because it is such a tight board without the fon, this just gives you the opportunity to play the best thing that you hit that you don't really have room for. Yeah, I see it. Makes sense. Okay, build your own fon at 410 with component anvils and a 2-star 4 cost.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this one's like leading towards, but
let's pretend for a second that we want to not just make a fon. What can we do? Let's have a look at the team builder.
Pan, probably just Bastion Spat. Just usually the safest way of like using a Spat in this comp, because it just enables 6 Bastion and you're playing a lot of Bastion anyways. Might as well just do that. The Pan... I'm not sure if you want to keep LeBlanc on this board, but if you end up being like trying to keep LeBlanc on this one, maybe 2 strategists is an option to this.
I mean,
not sure.
Divinicorp plus like Divinicorp unit and like using the Pan for a 2 synergy on like Bastion, Bruiser, Slayer seems good to me.
Yeah. I mean,
it's never 4 Slayer. 4 Slayers. Blech. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is team-wide value that you're getting from the Divinicorp spats.
So,
but
that's if you have a like 3 item Z or something, and he's the only unit that matters to you.
Yeah, but again, considering, okay, so likely in most cases, if you're caching a 410, it usually happens at 4-3 or like even earlier if you have like higher CYPHERs early on. But if you end up caching this interval, I think you're probably doing the roll down at the same turn. So I think most people will just slam the phone and just move on with it. So this is actually like
this.
Yeah,
sure. All right. Rascals, Thieves' Gloves. This one feels less good relatively than the Thieves' Gloves, because often I don't find myself having a good Rascals
good
Gloves
holder, right?
Yeah. I guess Renekton 2 probably really good with it. Who else would want to hold Rascals
Garen's
Gloves?
also a very good holder of Rascals Gloves, because if you look into Garen's numbers, he has some pretty disgusting scaling in both AD and AP stats. So even if the Rascal Gloves end up rolling like AP items, it's still like good value on Garen.
What is his like AP ratio like?
It's 1000 on his shield, I think.
Where are we? Garen. Oh, 1000. Wow.
Yeah.
So times 10. Yeah. Garen 2. Damn, that is a big shield. How long does that last? Shield for 1.5.
It doesn't last for long, but it's like
doesn't matter because if he casts it,
yeah, exactly.
If the wave hits 2 or fewer enemies, gain 30 mana. Okay.
Yeah, and then the good part about Garen is that like he pretty much uses everything, like tank items, attack items, like AP items, like anything he just uses. So this will be best in slot for Garen in most cases.
Yeah, I like AD items on Garen. Tank items are probably like completely fine, and if AP is good on him as well, that makes a lot of sense. Anyone else that you can think of? Not really, right? Maybe Viego.
Not exactly. Viego, but kind of hard to fit on the board. Zac 2, like if I end up having a Zac 2, I'll still put it on it. Like, it's just like
you don't want to
duping radiant items.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking about this one. This one is just like it just disappoints. I don't know what to say.
What the fuck is this?
Like, don't you just insert
2 random
rarities?
artifacts? Because you're not going to want fish
It,
bones.
it is not random. It is straight up just fish bones.
No. So I mean, you're reforging.
I guess,
like
yeah.
I'm saying it's not fish bones. Okay. The only thing it makes sense on is Renekton 2, right?
Yes. But even then, it's not. I don't think this is that good of a cash out, considering, yeah, you need the Renekton to happen before, like pretty much right away. Because Zeri, I guess Zeri can hold it for a bit, but like, you have much better items for Zeri in most cases.
Okay,
than
do
Fishbone.
Zeri clones attack the target unit? So if she Fishbones attacks a backline unit and spawns a clone, does that clone keep attacking the backline unit?
That I'm not sure. So maybe someone more knowledgeable in the chat can probably provide more insights to it. I do not have much experiences with
Attacks as if
Fishbone
it were
Zeri
Zeri.
because
It kind of implies
I
that
just
it
insta
doesn't.
reforge both of them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what it should be most of the time. Just insta reforge.
Exactly.
Radiant item, 20 gold. What do you think?
Just generic
It's
stuff,
pretty good.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's our next? Two 2-star 5-cost units and 24 gold.
I
That's
actually
not
got
great.
fucked over by this one before.
Yeah.
It's gold. Like, it in the worst case it's gold, but like knowing that you hit like two 5-cost 2 stars and it's just gold makes you feel so bad. So what did I get that time? I think I got like Kobuko and like some other like Mickey Mouse shit.
Yeah, there's
I
so
think
many
it was
times that you just
Aurora.
don't want
And it's like, what?
random
How
2-star
am I
5
fitting
costs.
this? Yeah.
That seems kind of crap.
Like, if you high roll, you'd be happy about it. Like, if you just hit a Renekton 2 off this, then you're super happy because it just slaps, like, you slap it on the board.
Yeah.
And you're good to go. But
okay, what's this?
Not that impressive. This one very good.
Yeah,
extremely good.
Just for these, even.
Yeah, it straight up just gives you the full like Z setup for this.
That's so good.
Yeah, that is like, your pivot is gonna be so easy because you already have the Z ready, and then the Garen probably just like the cherry on top gives you the mod potential that you can play for. Pretty
and a golden item
cash out in general.
Yeah, this one fucks. All right.
Yeah, this one pretty good.
Tactician's Crown.
This one
2-star 4-cost completed item anvil, so you can just put your random 2-star 4-cost on the board immediately. That seems pretty good as well.
Yeah. So
because at worst, it's a Fon with unit
with
like a slight amount of board power.
Yeah, you can definitely low roll your 4-cost 2-star, but
that doesn't matter so much.
Point.
Yeah.
I don't like, worst case is just gold. I've seen that one happen before. I think I was coaching someone and they cashed a 450. It dropped a fucking Ziggs, and it's like, okay, no, you're just gone. Yeah, but like, regardless, you'd be happy with the cash out. Like it's not the best, but it's acceptable.
70 gold is interesting. That's pretty good as long as you.
Yeah, funny enough, I've never cashed this one before. I don't know how, but I've completely dodged this cash out.
Yeah, I've
every
not
time
had it
I hit 500.
actually.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem great. 5 completed item anvils. It's 80 gold. 80 gold.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine. It's not that bad because you get to pick your items. It's not like it's random.
Yeah, but I guess I feel like a lot of the time you're item rich current patch, so the value of 5 items isn't like actually 5 items a lot of the time.
I guess so, right. But regardless, I think this is good enough. Like, it's not like something amazing. It gives your Renektons or Garens or even Zac, if you ended up fitting a Zac on your board, some items, so that'd be cool, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you just have 2-star legendaries that need items, then this is fine. Otherwise, it's not great. Now this
This
is
one,
fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's actually something that I would actively play for if I can, if I foresee a 500 cash out.
Every time I've hit this, I've gone top 2 minimum. Like I think it's really, really good.
I think I have a 100% first rate hitting this one. I cashed this out 4 to 5 times.
Okay.
So
I mean, there's nothing to really
obviously-
like consider here, right? You just put
Yeah,
it
so
on
it's-
Draven.
It is Draven, yeah. You know it's gonna be Draven. It tells you, it screams Draven. But
And I don't
funny
think
enough, there is.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think you're about to talk about what I want to talk
So
about.
funny
anyway.
enough, there was one game that I ended up not playing Draven because I'm not quite in the spot for it. So the IE just turns into a Z item, and then I kind of just reforged the 2 items into like Zeri items, or some sort of things like that. But it still ended up being good.
Yeah, you can probably
the
like
cashout.
reforge these 2 a lot of the time and find something usable, right? There's not that many
Yeah,
things that are unusable. But yeah, I mean, I want to play 3-star Draven fuck shit up. So
Yeah.
Okay, what is this? Tell me how
This
to play
one-
this.
This one was very interesting because you have to
'Cause it looks
actually
good.
adjust. Yeah, on paper it looks pretty good.
Okay.
You probably have to adjust your board to this. So
Let's
I've done
do this in team
4
builder.
times by now.
Yeah.
So I can proudly say I've mastered the board of it. So usually, let's pull up the normal 4 Bastion.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Zeri
doing.
board.
I'm getting there. Just slow. You never play LeBlanc, right?
Well, I'll tell you about that with this cash out. You actually do play LeBlanc if you have this cash out, which is funny. But
okay.
I'll kind of just
So
tell
these
you
are
through
probably the things that you have on your board, like
Right.
for this cash out. Everything else doesn't really matter, and you just fill in the gaps, right? So you think it's
kind of.
LeBlanc?
I think the board that I crafted ended up being not having Vi and Draven.
We have Vanguard, we have Strat. So we go, where are you? Other. Oh. Ah, there it is. Yep, Vanguard.
Yep.
Sure. Here, Vanguard, Strat. Yep. Bastion, Rapid Fire, Slayer. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3 Rapid Fire. So we probably want 4 Rapid Fire, right?
That's what I initially thought. Like you can play 4 Rapid Fire, but I quickly realized that Zeri is the only one that's actually using 4 Rapid Fire well. So it's not that impressive. So I turned into like figuring out what actually do I want to drop when I play CYPHER here. So I ended up choosing to drop out of Vi and Draven, keeping the LeBlanc in this variant, so you can enable the 2 strats. The only dead spat will be Vanguard, I believe. So all the other spats you can use it. The Slayer and the Rapid Fire spat goes onto Renekton. Bastion spat goes onto Zed in most cases, and the Strat spat goes onto like literally anyone. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever there's
and then
space
you
on.
just play like a 6 Bastion kind of variant.
Okay.
Through this board. We're missing one. Who are we missing?
So Shyvana.
Yeah, Shyvana will do. Yeah, and then you just cut the Draven here. Because Draven's a rapid fire, right? We have 3 right now, so we just cut that. Yeah. You cut this, you cut Vi, and then that's pretty much the board, I think.
Okay, and that's how you scale it. I mean, this is a Vanguard.
I
We
mean,
don't give a
if you
shit.
like, you can keep the vibe, but like I'll just drop it for like better units. Garen would be
Even
really good.
what the fuck is your name? Your name is Rast. That's what you look like. Even
Yeah,
that.
like obviously you can play that on the board, but I think Garen is just too good of an add-in when you have like a lot of trades. You just mod everyone passion, and then your entire team is just unkillable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Garen makes a lot of sense. Where are you, Garen? You could probably even not do this. Put this here and play something like a Zac rather, with the Bastion spat that I just got rid of.
Yeah.
Something like this. And then Zeri's range Z. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is way too many units, but just drop. Like, depending on what your exo item is. How much does 6 Bastion matter? It might just be better.
If you have a Bastion spat, I think you always play for 6.
Okay.
6 is very good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what your 2-star, right?
Mm-hmm.
6, 9. Yeah, this is probably the board then. 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4. Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, that's the board that I usually go for if I end up catching this one out.
Okay, and you don't need the CYPHER because you're no longer main carry Z. You're now Zeri, Renekton, Garen.
Yeah. I mean, if you want CYPHER, then just play a LeBlanc and then have that 2-strat in.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Is that better than this? Not really. It's a shame that you can't get, like, if I wanted to play 4 rapid fire here, how do I do it? I guess it's drop, Draven. Because say I was 3-star Draven or something here.
In that case, then I think you just play around only the Bastion spat and the rapid fire spat. Then in that case, all the other spats are just dead if you want to play around for rapid.
So I guess it's just you. But you're such a shit unit, and I hate you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, to be fair, I don't think there's a lot of chances where you end up having a Draven 3 while cashing a 550 into this. Which is,
okay, I that might be true. I don't know contextually what this even feels like. So
yeah,
I trust what you're saying. All right, 550 Radiant item, 2-star 5 cost Radiant item, double Radiant item seems very good.
Yeah. I mean, the full value lies within the 2 Radiant items here. I don't think even the 5 cost matters.
No, it's not. It's 10 gold. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's just that feels slightly worse than this.
Yeah, it does. But if you high roll your 5 cost, maybe it's better. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
4-star Vi, 3-star LeBlanc, Davalis, what? The Varapala Stoneplate.
Yeah, it's Radiant Stoneplate, basically.
The Varapala. Okay, I've not said that correct once in my life. Fear of Shogun. This doesn't seem that good either.
This probably encourages you to stay in 5 CYPHER, which I'm not sure if it's good.
Yeah, I don't like
but
that.
I can see it being a thing.
I don't know. I look at this and I go, that doesn't win me, like Rengar matchups, for example.
I don't think I've seen a lot of players ended up cashing this. I think I saw it once from Kade on PBE. He made it work with just fully itemizing LeBlanc with Archangels and JG or something like that, which turned out pretty well. But otherwise, I feel like if you're playing for if you're like legitimately playing for the Zeri board, I think this sounds like a death penalty to me.
How good is 3-star Vi? 4-star Vi. I feel like it doesn't do anything by the time you get to 550 cash out. Like,
yeah, so
and 3-star LeBlanc doesn't do anything either. Like, you're not trying to play strategist.
It depends on how much stats we're getting from 5 Cypher and if it was worth it. Because for people who are not familiar with the Cypher trait, you get extra stats once you cash out your Cypher, and there are different like levels of like stats that you can get. I think it was like at 50% at 50% ADAP at 5 Cypher. So I don't know how much that actually provides for Vi and LeBlanc, but
I mean, there's no way, 25 AD and AP is worth keeping those trash units on the board? Like, I don't know, this feels crap to me.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know how to play around this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really honest, but
No,
maybe one day I'll get the cash out because I still haven't gotten this yet, so I didn't have to like actually face the problem.
I guess obviously if you have the Vi hero augment, that's one scenario that it's playable, but I wonder if 4-star Vi and then Vanguard Frontline is actually like quite strong. Because why are they giving us a stone plate otherwise? Like, are we playing strategist Vi from here? I don't know. This is weird to me. I don't understand.
Yeah, this looks weird.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean the stone plate is probably for Vi.
Holy fuck, these are so much better already. 600.
Yeah.
That is insane. That one's kind of mid, but that's okay because this one's also insane. 600 seems
everything after 600, like 600 or after, are just like good in general.
It's
LeBlanc very easy to play around.
Comp. Is that one that plays around Echo as well, or is it actually LeBlanc Vi? Because what is that? I've never heard of that comp. For Vanguard.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, I've seen KD cash out that one before, so I'm aware that it is a board. But
so what are the 4 Vanguards?
That,
this. Are we playing this with the Anima?
Yeah.
Because you have to play Leona, obviously. You play Rast. LeBlanc. LB is here. Level 6. Yumi Alawi. Oh, okay. Yeah. And you use the Alawi connection as
for the
so like before this stuff. It's gonna be you Galio. Where are you? You're not Galio, you're Galio. So this is the kind of stage 3 board that you play into, and then 4 you cash out into, say, who's our strat carry currently? Like, I guess it's Ziggs?
Yeah. Before LeBlanc comes, probably Ziggs.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, it kind of is a board that you can pivot into, so that part was okay, I guess.
Okay. That's a very interesting. Like, I've never tried to play CYPHER this line, but I can see how, again, I said I like itemizing LeBlanc, so if I end up with something like this, then it's so easy to just go, alright, you're Ziggs now. Oh, you fucker. Where'd you go? For now, even if we hit an early Cobaco, use the Ziggs package to go 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then play around all the stuff that we had in at the start. So the Leona. I guess we would potentially Like, oh no, we wouldn't drop Cypher. Because this gives us the Bastion.
You can probably just cap out with Viego and Ward.
And just fully drop Cypher. I guess it doesn't give that many stats, especially on just LeBlanc. Okay, I mean, how's Vi use the stats? Yeah, she doesn't even mind it that much either. Cypher is good for the Vi. Yeah, but I think you're also okay with dropping it. Like, I agree it's good for the Vi, but I think you're also okay with dropping it. Yeah, something like this. And then these go back on here. Okay, I can see it. Play this. And it depends. Like, you can just cap out around legendaries. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think this Ziggs Kobuko cash out is so bad. I've had this one and I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck does this fit on my board? Like, Kobuko's not good enough, even with these two, like this item setup, that this cash out is worth enough, sadly. This might be really good after buffs, but I don't think Kobuko is good enough without it.
I think it's more of like if you
currently,
can play around, if you can play around the duo, because if you already committed into another board, then this is just like painful. Because like how you ever like
okay, well,
2 extra slots to pick like put this in.
There is actually a lot of times that I'm playing Cypher and I do end up with these, with Poppy Vigar. Like, this is a very common start for me, because LeBlanc and Vigar are so good at killing single units only, and not winning fights off it.
Right.
So, I find myself often kind of having this kind of setup. Like, and I'll add the Draven and stuff. So, if I've somehow remained in that all the way up until my cash out, this makes a lot of sense. I'm still not certain how good Kabuko is, but I just think he's a little bit underpowered currently.
Yep, I agree.
So I don't feel this is the best one. Like, I feel like these two are like 30% stronger, at least, than this one.
Oh, they're much better.
Yeah.
These two are much better.
But I guess that's the world that you play around it. What I just said. Like, I don't know. I'm disappointed if I get this one on 600. All right, this
Honestly, one. Worst case for that, you just sell both Kabuko and Ziggs and try to find a way to fit in a Viego on your board. Because those items are fine on Viego, I feel like.
Okay. Do you
Garen, obviously
ever play 2 3-star Dravens on your board?
2 3-star Dravens.
Yeah. I've had that twice now, where I've had 3-star Draven and then also cashed a 3-star Draven.
That's pretty impressive, I'd say.
It's
but
because I play Hostile Takeover and have the Draven and cash out 5/5. Like,
that makes a lot of sense. If you have items, then I don't really mind. But without items, Draven actually feels very underwhelming, though.
Yeah.
Also, considering the cash out gives you tank items, you'd much rather play 2 Galio 3s on your board than 2 Draven 3s. If that's.
I mean, imagine if you had freaking double trouble and hit this.
You just wet your pants.
Yeah, you literally jizz everywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, if I wanted to, which I do, if I wanted to play both of these, both the Galio and the Draven, what's our board going to be? And it's just 4 Bastion, right? It's fuck Cypher and it's just 4 Bastion.
Yeah. It's straight up just 4 Bastion, I think.
This. And obviously we would want Renekton, but wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's only 2 Bastion. Oh, because you're Jin. You're not. Never mind. And this. Interesting.
Yeah, looks solid.
Yeah, I think this board looks good. It depends. No, for Bastion? No, I just think this board looks good. Like, how much does Cypher matter? 30%. Okay.
But like, okay,
Yeah.
so there is one logical flaw in this like thought experiment.
Mhm.
I don't think any sane person will pick Double Trouble when they're cashing out a 600.
Oh,
So
no. Yeah. No. But ignore that Double Trouble statement. Do you think this board is viable without Double Trouble?
if you can itemize both Gallios or both Drafins, I think, yeah, go for it. It should be good.
Yeah. I agree. I think this would work. Okay, interesting. Because they're good enough units that they're worth having on the board, for sure. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. I think that would actually be a completely fine board after that cash out. That makes sense. Okay. 3 masterwork upgrades. I'm actually not sure I've ever cashed... Oh, no. Sorry, I've cashed this level. I haven't cashed this one, though.
Yeah. I cashed the other one as well.
Yeah. Okay. 3 masterwork upgrades. So we just 3 masterwork items Z, and then he's literally unkillable 1v10s. Like, this seems really, really good.
It explains itself, I feel like.
Yeah.
Handpicked Radiant items cannot go bad.
Who else would you want 3 Radiant items on? I don't feel like it's ever Galio, because I don't feel like he carries a fight enough to warrant using that much on him.
I think it's okay to even, like, distribute it, like, if... Because some of the items give so much value on a certain unit that you might as well just give him that. So, for example, Zeri with a Radiant, like, 1 Radiant Ginsus is equals to, like, 2, right? So if you only have 1 Ginsus, like, assuming your build is, like, Exotech item, Gunblade, and Rage Blade, then, like, you'd be happy to just have...
Yeah. And you only need
extra
2 Z Radiants for him to be unkillable as well.
Exactly.
I don't think 3 is is necessarily that much better. So I agree 100%. Okay, so if we are Radiant Z 2 items, we are Radiant Hodge, Radiant Edge and Knight. Like, assuming Hodge, i.e. Edge and Knight, is your Z build.
I don't usually build Edge of Night on Zed.
Oh, what do you usually build? Sorry, I love Edge of Night on Zed. I assume that's just...
So, to explain why, you have to know, like, how Zed's skill works. So, basically, his cast is like an aggro job already.
Yeah. For sure.
So, like, I think if you have enough damage... He's good to go with, like, full blown sustain with damage. So either anything damage or anything healing is fine.
I feel like
when he's builds,
just healing. I feel like when you don't have attack speed, or I just feel like when you don't have attack speed on him, he doesn't hit quick enough to cast to drop the aggro a lot of the time.
Yeah, that is a very good point, and that is why I have been promoting this since, like, PvE.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rapid Fire Z mod is very important for Z to be enabled.
Oh, interesting.
It highlights the importance of having a Garen on your board, because it basically just gives you your Z free, like, a free 40% attack speed increase, just to let him just
I like that.
cast faster.
That makes sense. But say you don't have that, what is your BIS Z? What is your 3 BIS?
I'd go for, like, BT Hodge IE in most cases.
Yeah, the thing is, I've done that multiple times, and it just feels like, even though he has the double healing item, he dies a lot to just not having the attack speed to cast and use the Omnivamp. That's, like, I've had that happen multiple times to me. So I don't know. I could just be doing it wrong. It could be a positioning thing, but I really value like even having a just a bow item on him, like red buff, feels so good in my opinion. But
Oh, red buff is very good on Zed. I feel
QSS, maybe QSS is the best because that gives you
like.
everything you want.
I
Gives you the
believe I
tankiness and the
last
attack speed.
checked the stats. His statistical biz should be IE Hodge and Titans. I do build that every now and then as well, but I personally like the BT build a little bit more. You can go check the stats for it.
Zed 2-star plus 3 items. We want 3 Cypher, 3 plus, so any's fine. We want 2 Slayer, only 2. Yeah, that'll do for now.
Oh. Yep, it is like triple damage or something like that in most cases.
Sterix, Deathblade.
I built the Deathblade build a lot as well.
IE Hodge is doing surprising to me, but now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense. QSS IE Hodge. So this now thinking about it, this is probably what I would have guessed this was. Yeah, blue buff's fine.
Yeah, blue
the thing is,
okay.
Blue buff you need to have 2 other aggressive items for it to feel fine, because otherwise blue buff doesn't give you enough. Even just 2 damage items seems to be doing really well on Zed. That kind of makes sense, actually, because a lot of Zed's fight pattern is he gets 1 cast in the backline and then jumps away and shadows again. So if you hit the backline that you need to hit with the first time you do that, you win the fight. Like, this would kill. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, so basically, I think the initial cast and the fadeaway cast will straight up just wipe out the entire corner of the backline with this build.
Sterix is so good as well.
Sterix is fine, yeah. And you can like just kind of go through all these like numbers and you'll figure out like Edge of Night is actually not doing too well on Zed. Surprisingly.
Okay, it's one of the worst performing items for sure. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Talk about this. Go.
This one, I've gotten this twice. I don't know how to feel about it, but usually I don't ended up cashing out with a board that fits Viego. But I figured like he's just that broken of a unit that I'll just like slap another techie, potentially like Shyvana, just to make him work. I think just the items alone that the cashout provides will enable him. So I don't mind actually putting a Viego on my board.
Yeah, you literally just put
exactly
this in, and
like,
then that's more
like
than enough.
It's like the lazy solve to the cash out, and since like the entire front line uses AP,
yeah,
so it's just good. Like just playing it this way.
Yeah, no, this seems really good to me. Like, I don't know if you can put him on the outside with.
Oh, with those 2 items, very good. Yeah, Crown Guard and DD. I think like he just fucks.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm sure there's always another item around that you can move on to him and just have him 3 item 2-star immediately. This seems really good to me. Something like this, and just aim your Draven like opposite side to Viego, so they're working together on the executions. Yeah, this seems really good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this CYPHER would be something else. It would probably be Vi, but whatever. Oh, no, it would probably be Zed. What am I saying? Like this. DDZ triple tank item Viego. Oh, that makes sense as well. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, sounds good as well.
It can even be Galio or Sejuani with the triple tank item, depending. I mean, depends how effective Viego is here, which I don't have a good sense of. He's really good for applying techie. I don't know his value beyond that, basically. Okay. I mean, this one seems solid.
Like, if you feel like you don't want him on the board, then a good alternative to this would be Garen. Garen still uses, like, it's just funny how Garen uses AP so well that you could just take the items and run with it.
So how does Viego work? What exactly does he do? Because I know he does a number of things. When units die, absorb their soul and heal health equal to a percentage of max. 8% of max. Okay, so he really likes stacking health on him. So that's interesting. If you have good health items, he's probably enabled a lot by that. He shreds and deals a burst of magic damage. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Double Rascal. Okay, so I don't think I've ever cashed out anything below this. So you flying blind here.
Any of these as well.
Okay, well let's just talk theoretically then. So double Rascal's gloves, 7 5-cost units. So this should just be a 3-star 5-cost. Pretty much every time. Alright?
Yeah. I think it provides enough resources for you to, like, let's just say you high roll some of the 5 costs, you got duplicates of it, then it should be rather easy for you to hit the 3-star 5 costs. So I think the Rascals are just like the cherry on top.
Yeah, okay, so this seems like you should, if you're good enough at the game, you should just win off this 99% of the time, right? Like, I would get dizzy picking up the stuff, hold the wrong things, miss, panic, sell the wrong things, and, like, go second here, but I think as long as you're clean with it and have a clear idea of what you're doing, this seems very, like, consistently the win. What is this? Radiant Edge of Night, Radiant Hodge, Infinity Force, Fawn, 2-star Z. So this is sometimes worse than this? No, because it gives a Fawn. Okay,
the
so
Fawn
this
makes
is just really
things better. Yeah, this is still very good because it fits well into the standard board.
Yeah, and like, you can just play a second Z immediately.
Exactly. So we did mention like, these items are not amazing on Z or whatnot. Like, Edge of Night itself is like mid, but like, obviously you have much more other units that you can itemize. Renekton would be a good option.
Plus if you can just put this as it is immediately on the board and you already have a somewhat developed board,
worst
like
case,
this is
you're
insane.
Playing like a very stacked Z. This is like the worst case, so it just can't be bad.
Would you put both your Zs? So the best positioning for Z, as far as I'm aware, is A3, A5. That's always gets you into the corners. Get fucked, Viego. Would you?
Well,
if you were playing 2 Zs.
Actually,
it's only a 50-50 if the other person puts units correctly. So are you putting both your Zs on one side, or are you splitting the Zs and going for both corners?
Oh, I'm going for both corners.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they cannot hide from the Z terrorism from this.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then they would often like jump across the backliners and
exactly.
Like, kill each other.
Exactly. They just cleans up each other's like units.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
What about this? This seems like garbage to me. This actually seems like garbage. 3 spats What can you immediately make with 3 spats that wins you the game?
I mean, that's a fawn plus a spat. I feel like most cases. I think the problematic thing about this cash out was, in fact, the 9 components.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're left a lot of time to process this cash out. If you end up like really cashing a 700, so like from like a principle of like conveniency, from like of like just having to pivot your board, this cash out just looks like ass.
What if you just make 3 Slayer emblems? How much value is that?
You can do that, but I'm not sure. Like, can you check the cash out again? I believe that is not Envol.
No, it's not anvils, but if you had the
So it's
opportunity to, I'm just trying to use the spatulas in a different way other than
right. That's completely acceptable because your entire board is AD anyways.
Yeah,
So
right?
I think
Because you just
all
Slayer,
units can use
Slayer,
it.
Slayer,
Yeah, Slayer
Renekton.
Garen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slayer Garen. Like, you have enough holders for that to work. Yeah, the more concerning part is whether if you have like
3 cloaks.
bows,
Yeah.
or whatever that was.
But if you can, I think this kind of makes some sense. I don't know if it's better than the alternative though.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So 4 Slayer. Still probably not going 6 Slayer with that though, which is insane, right? Max. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah,
It just
that just seems
too
like
messy.
it's Fawn plus Spat most of the time to me. You can very easily. I mean, okay, so let's say you still have this. You can drop you. I guess you don't have to have this on the board. And then you go Jarvan and Senna, right? Because a lot of times you'll have Senna with your Z. And then we are just Slayer, say, Draven as well, actually. So it's just like that.
Yeah, I don't think the board changes that much. If like, okay, assuming that you have the 3 spats, then you just don't play Garen and play another, like, just play Jarvan on 9, and then you should be able to fit 6 Slayers right away.
How do we fit Renekton if we're doing this?
Yeah, you can still fit it. He's just a spat holder. Oh, you don't need Vi. Vi can go.
We drop Vi and we play this, and that gives us the EXO, and then we have the Slayer on the Renekton. All right.
Yeah. So this is basically what you will imagine a 6 Slayer pivot would be.
Wait, Slayer's pans? Slayer's fucking pan.
Oh. So you can't even make it from that. Lol.
Dumb as fuck. Okay, well, yeah, no, there's no fucking spats that I want to make at all. Like, literally, what the fuck?
Fuck it. Like, just make all strat spats.
Garbage. You know what? I don't actually hate that much. But anyway, what is this? 2-star Renekton, 3-star Rast, 2 Deathblades, and a QSS. This seems quite good, actually, with a Fawn. Radiant QSS, 2 Deathblades.
You would think so, but I don't actually know what the Rast does in this cash out.
It's just Vanguard and resists. Like, it's Vanguard for Vi, resists. That's it.
Yeah, might be a hot take, but I actually don't think Rast is that good.
So,
like, it's cool and all to have, like, sorry, not Rast 2, Rast 3. Like it's cool and all to have like a CC bot, but he doesn't actually serves that much purpose beside like out of that. And chances are you're probably not gonna you're not gonna itemize him anyways. So all those like items goes onto Renekton. So I'm not actually sure what's like Ross doing in this one. Renekton food cash out.
Double DB
Yeah, it is.
Kane. Oh. Oh. I see. And then you have the...
Oh, you just eat the Rust. That makes a lot of sense now.
I see it. Alright, well, if I can still fuck off then. And whatever our Slayer is. And this gets moved here. Interesting. Okay. Is there another Divinicorp we want to play? Not really, right? Not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send a 2. Oh, yeah, that tracks. That very tracks.
Yeah.
Plus, Rast is actually a good, like, CC bot on the outside here. I actually like putting him on the wall and just stunning one part of their front line. Okay.
He's alright.
I see that. That's literally just the Renekton is the Giga Chad cash out. Alright. Fair enough. 2 Radiant item, double Fon, 30 gold. I mean, that's self-explanatory. We don't need to talk about that.
Just broken.
What the fuck is this?
So
I actually didn't know this existed till just now.
So for people who doesn't know how Mundo's ability works, his damage actually scales with HP. I think that's the whole idea of having this. Your
It seems so bad.
I would assume this build will one tap things. I'm not sure, but I believe it.
Does Mundo even live, even if he has triple Warmogs? Like, is that enough for Mundo at this point in the game?
Well, it depends if you're running 6 Bruiser, but I think.
Or when are you ever running Bruiser out of a Cypher cash out?
Like, I think you just play for this entire cash out. If you end up cashing this one out.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm inclined to think it would like be slowly, 4 Bruiser.
You slowly turn the front line into 6 Bruiser. I think that's the idea of it.
So, what's the difference between 4 and 6 numerically for Bruiser? Because what I want to do is I want to do something like this, and then we get the Mundo, which is 4-star.
You can hover the trait. I'm not sure if I remember the numbers correctly, so maybe we'll just hover the trait instead.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll do it. So yeah.
Okay. I would. Yep. Yeah. 45% is 70. Yeah. So you do want to play 6 Bruiser in most cases. It spikes a lot.
Okay. This. Can't use stats this specifically. Okay. So, Mundo for CYPHER 3. I killed it. Hang on.
I think CYPHER doesn't have to say in this one.
No, but if we look for this, it'll give us an idea. 5 games.
5.
Just look at triple Radiant Mundo. Okay, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That was second Warmog's Pride. Yeah. You're averaging a 3? Hang on. This is just low data. This is.
Yeah, let's do Emerald.
or platinum, I guess. Oh, I mean, it looks good.
So
There are people
1.99.
there are people that find success.
Yeah, isn't
in
that
this.
bad? Isn't a 2 cat like average bad for 750 cash out?
I think you can also view it as a lack of knowledge kind of case, because I'm like, since this is so rare, I don't think people who like actually ended up getting the cash out knows how to play around it.
Wait, what the fuck? Execute? No, hang on. That's too low frequency. That's on me. Still 4 Bastion a lot of the time.
Yeah, okay. So there are not a lot of people that played Six Bruiser.
Yeah. And 4 Bruiser's quite close in frequency played. I don't know what I just did. I didn't mean to click it. Yeah, the frequencies are close, and 4 Bruiser is almost as good as 6 Bruiser, which says to me that 4 Bastion is the play.
So the play
and you
was
Bruiser
to
a
actually
Bastion.
sell the Moon though, and just play something with the Radiant Warmogs.
Well, so this is okay. Let's see. What if we remove it from this? So 4-star Mundo, great in Street Demon, but we're not doing that. What if we filter Street Demon? Yeah, 4 Bastion just seems like the best board to cash out into. Like,
it's just
most of the
super
time.
standard. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you take Vi LeBlanc off the board. That makes sense. That's what you always do. Yeah. Oh, having Jax on the board spikes it so much. Yeah, it's always just Jax Sejuani, if you can, by the look of it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but this seems like the worst of these cash outs. Because next, look at this. This is... Wait, 3 Deathfire Grasps. I mean, you just put those on anyone, right? And the point is it just does a flat percentage of damage. Yeah. Blast the target for their health.
More likely is that you're probably going to reforge it anyways. I think.
I mean, if you stick this on one unit, does it just delete whoever you put it in front of? Or are they unique?
I haven't tried that, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. You're never going to do 100% of their health as damage, but you can definitely do like 70% of something.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
That's interesting. What is this? Zeke's red buff Rabadons?
It's just all the double components.
Blue buff,
items.
Bramble, Declaw, Warmogs, TG, Bond, item remover.
I mean, it's just 7 very promising. Well, I don't know about the decap, but like most of these items are just very.
This feels
solid.
like as strong, if not weaker than this level. Like 700, other than this one, feels pretty much as good as this one to me. I don't know. I could be assessing wrong. Like double Fon, 30 gold, 2 radiant items. Still have to hit something. Doesn't even give a death blade.
In theory, all of these cash outs are good enough to win the game.
It probably does give a death blade. It's probably just not been displayed. Okay.
Well,
yeah, the rest of these are just auto win.
Self-explanatory.
So we don't need to go through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
If you end up losing with these, then it's kind of a you problem at this point. So.
Yeah. I mean, let's go through them just so that we know what they are.
Yeah.
Double Fon, 3 Masterwork upgrades, 6 5 costs, 2 champ dupes.
Yeah, again, probably just play for
3-star 5 costs.
3-star 5 costs.
With triple radiant items, yep.
Yeah.
+1 all traits.
+1 all traits, self-explanatory.
So what are you playing if you hit +1 all traits? I mean,
Well,
obviously
Bastion
your board
is-
doesn't have to change that much, so it has to be
Bastion's
Bastion.
always happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bastion's always happening. What else can you fit? 4 Ripper Fire will be one of the ones. I
I
think.
mean, it's just like all Divinicorp, like all the good frontline Divinicorp.
or you can probably just fit that one in as well.
This is plus. I mean, you're definitely throwing something in. Your Draven, Zeri. There's not a 4th rapid fire I ever want to play, is what I'm finding out.
Yeah. Like,
So-
unless you're carrying more than 1 rapid fire unit, then I don't think 4 rapid fire is that impressive. It's just
Yeah. +1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like this. But we don't need Draven and Zeri. We can play 2 CYPHER and still have 3. So I guess we can drop that, is what you're saying. And then just play whatever you hit, basically. Like, this is a good shell, and just any legendaries and other stuff that you hit is really good, but I don't know. That doesn't seem auto-win.
I mean, you usually still stick to the Zeri full Bastion.
Yeah,
shell.
I mean, that's what you're going to be playing towards
it's
most of the
still
time.
solid.
So.
Yeah. So I
Um,
don't think I have to worry it too much.
what the fuck is this?
This one it's disgusting. This one I've seen it in action. In one of my
Seems really good.
games.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere. Like everything's just everywhere. The entire board was filled up with stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I think as long as you
it's
have a
just like-
backliner, you win. Like,
yeah, there's just so much stuff going on their board that you will never get a chance to kill enough units. Yeah. It's just too much stuff.
and you probably just drop
Yeah.
all the like trash that you don't need, and you carry Renekton, Zeri. Like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Divinicorp said, seems good.
Yeah.
2 Fonds, 3 Radiant items, Golem with double Aegis, Shroud.
Right.
Yep, I mean double Fond.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, just good.
solid. This is just best in slot Zac, so nothing to talk about.
I don't know what Bloblet Explosion is, but we'll find out one day. Gain 10 Anima Squad, Street Demon, or Exotech. All allies benefit from the chosen trait. Okay, auto win, auto win, auto win.
Auto win. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate you, White Fox. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about that I like blasted through, because I definitely talked over you a bunch of times?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. We have like a pretty decent coverage of most, like how like it should be played out. For the lower cash outs, probably starting from 150 to like anywhere below 290. These ones you want to play reroll comms, preferably the 3-cost rerolls. 290 is the golden spot. Anything that's from 330, 370, not very good.
I think I'm going to
And-
try clicking 250s. Like, I feel like this
Yeah, it's very good.
has a lot
for
of
reroll.
potential. I'm going to jump out because I'm already in a game. I love you. XOXO, have a good night. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good luck on the climb.
I will probably put this on YouTube as soon as I cut it.
Yeah,
I
lovely.
appreciate you.